Hello again, everyone. In this technical analysis of the stock market video, we're going to take a look at the emerging markets, and I'm going to focus on three ETFs. These are very widely traded ETFs. The China Large Cap ETF, FXI, the Emerging Markets ETF, EEM, and the Brazil ETF, EWZ. How do they look right now? Stay tuned. Now, what I want to look at with these, I want to stay with the weekly charts because the daily charts are so, well, let's just show you. When you look at the daily charts, look how gappy this is. Man, this drives me crazy when I see a chart like that. I just don't like it. I like to see the continuity of the candles be a little more structured in terms of the way they look. All right, so here's the thing with the China Large Cap ETF FXI. This looks like a very large trading range to me, okay? And so I put these parallel lines in here. Now, they're not perfect, nothing ever is. You're close. You're getting close in terms of the range. So when you look at this, you say, well, okay, now we've broken this major trend line that we had from, the beginning of 2016. We've broken down out of that. And now we're in another channel to the downside. So we're watching to see how much strength do we get. But everything right now continues to be, lower lows and lower highs. Yeah, we had a nice move this week, up $1.66. But, it's still, down quite a bit from the beginning of the year. When you look at where the end of the year was, right up here. And so it's down quite a bit for the year. Okay, so that is China FXI. I don't have an Elliott wave count on this, and I don't believe I have on all three of these. It's just more looking at it from a technical perspective. Now, the one thing I did notice, if you look at this RSI picture here, they didn't get down here at the bottom. It didn't get oversold. So it didn't get below 30, okay, which I typically like to see below 30 for divergence and above 70 for divergence, okay? So you notice how it did it over here? Look how beautiful that was. We come down, make this extremely oversold condition. We rally off of it, come back down, and we punch to new lows. But the RSI doesn't go to new lows, okay? This is tremendous bullish divergence. And then what do we get off of that? An extended multi-month rally. That we come all the way back up and come back up to test the highs in here. So we don't really have that kind of condition, that kind of setup going on right now. We got down in here, but this really punched to a lower low than here, and neither one of them got extremely oversold in the picture. So, in my opinion, the downtrend is still on FXI. All right, so that's let's take a look at the emerging market EEM, emerging market ETF. And let me zoom out. I'm doing the same thing, looking at the weekly chart. Okay, so here's the picture. Here's the big picture. This is all the way back to the high in 2007, October 2007, when the market peaked. Okay, look at that. All right, so here is resistance when you look at the high here on EEM, and it came up and it got right into that resistance zone and tested it. And so now here we're in a very strong channel to the downside in here. And again, do we have any bullish divergence showing up like what we got back in here with the emerging market? No, don't have that. We got oversold, but we didn't get any kind of divergence showing up on it. So it's just one thing to be looking for. So as this continues to trend down, lower lows, lower highs, this trend line down here is definitely a target. We come down, we break that, then this is definitely a sign that the whole thing is really, really breaking down. But that's the picture on EEM. And then the last one we'll take a look at is Brazil. Now look at the trend that Brazil is in, this weekly view. This is a major downtrend. And where is this side? This is the same thing. Actually, where is this? This is May of 2008. So this was a little after. It continued to push higher. And you know why I think that happened? Because Brazil's got a decent amount of oil. Can't remember how much, but they got a bunch of reserves off the coast. And if you remember, in 2008, oil did not peak until it got to close to $150 a barrel in May, June of 2008. Well, look where Brazil was peaking, right here in May of 2008. So that's what I think was happening with this Brazil ETF. And then now we got this huge downtrending activity. Now we punched up and we hit the top of it. Now watching here, this little range, potential range, but also this support line in here. Let me zoom in and see, you know, which way are we going to go? Are we going to come up and take out this high? This almost looks like a little, what you call a hanging man pattern of this one candle right here. Now, we never did get a close below that candle, so I would be watching that. The volume, it wasn't bad, but it was less than. So the volume this week, this was up $1.10. The volume this week was less than the volume on this up week in here, and less than the volume here. So that's interesting too. So that shows weakness. We're coming off of getting a little bit oversold here. Had some divergence in here, not as extreme as I would like to see. This last one didn't get down below 30, I don't think. RSI 31.2 reading. So that drove the bounce. Just not quite sure. We'll be watching the upper part of this channel to see. Now they got a new president. Some things are changing down there, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Brazil market and Brazil dynamics. Okay, that's the end of the update for this weekend. If you'd like to get more insight into the S&P 500, the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the market in general, head on over to my website here at joehenches.net and sign up for the free market update videos. First name and email is all you need. And don't forget to hit the like button here on YouTube and share the video. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you on the next video.